Workers are changing. The workplace is changing. And therefore, our approach to safety has to change. And what EPRI does is EPRI looks for opportunities to understand the worker better, to understand how they react to their environment. Our workers are different. They're very much into social media. They're very much into quick sound bites. And then EPRI looks also at how do we mitigate the hazards that are in the workplace? How do we understand them more, to recognize them for what they are and then to mitigate them?
For me, I believe our focus area in safety at EPRI needs to be around how technology that we develop applies to make jobs and people safer. There's a couple of aspects to that. I think we can do better process design. We can think about safety as we're building new tools, as we're building new processes, but it goes beyond just the design and the equipment. It's also a part of the human psyche. How can we develop ways that people can stay focused on task so that people can know what it is that they have to accomplish at any given time, and they can take these things and move through them individually, one at a time, and do so safely.
Immediate needs I see in the electric sector around worker safety has to deal with human performance. How our members are executing on the plans. Many of them have processes, procedures, manuals, infrastructure in place that takes care of a lot of the process around safety. The research needs around that is how well those processes are put together, the tools that they have available to make sure that they're following their processes and procedures, how are they doing shift change, how are they doing turnovers, pre-job briefings, how they execute on those plans is something we can work with our members, both in sharing experiences and lessons learned and in some of the research that we do in the sector.
And the thing that EPRI does best, that's in our DNA, is we collaborate. So you get other folks that are interested in exactly the same kind of thing. They collaborate, they leverage their funding, they have a much better impact than if they try to do this by themselves.
At the Power Authority, worker safety is paramount to our organization's goals. We leverage the EPRI safety programs in a number of areas. We go back historically to look at a lot of the innovations that EPRI has come up with regarding mechanical devices for the line workers to help them in doing their jobs without exerting as much force on their bodies as they had in the past. Going forward, I see some significant efforts when I look at the changing utility industry. Areas along wind and solar, I think, need to have an additional emphasis placed on them. There's an old adage, you really don't know what you don't know, and that's my fear, is sooner or later we are going to come to a situation where we don't know what we should do, and we look to EPRI to actually go forward and help us with those kind of situations.
What we want to do is to watch those that make safety much, much better. And one of the ways we can do this is setting up a safety center of excellence. Our members get the value of looking across all of EPRI's R&D so that they can see research and technology and analysis and science that helps improve their operations, that helps improve the way we look and transform the power industry, but it also allows them to look across and see what the safety component is there, thereby doubling the value to our members.